Sound check. Test 1, 2, 3. Beavercreek against Lexington. Coming up in just a few minutes. It's the Beavercreek Beavers against the Lexington Thoroughbreds in round 1 of the 26th annual Frozen Creek Tournament here at Kettering Ice Arena. Good evening, this is Kent Jacobs, and welcome once again to Beavercreek Battling Beavers Hockey. Tonight the Beavers will be facing what's called a club team. And those of you familiar with like the Dayton Stealth and some other teams know what that means. It's high school players that are gleaned from various high schools that are put together in a club team, and the Lexington Thoroughbreds are one of such teams, and they've been a very strong competitor in the past. They've been up here for this Frozen Creek before, and I believe they've won it before, and they're going to be a tough customer. The Beavers come in a little bit banged up. There's a few scratches that Coach Gutterman told me about before the game, that the Beavers are going to try to build on what is a 1-0 record and try to go up Sunday for a championship for this Frozen Creek. There's going to be 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the participants this year are Beavercreek and Lake, which is from up around Toledo, Troy, St. Xavier of Kentucky, Mason, and Lexington. And earlier today, Troy defeated Mason 10-0. And do we know who won the last game? Xavier or Lake? Who won that last game? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it was Lake.
Lake won the first game? Oh, St. Xavier. And St. Xavier winning the game immediately previous to ours over Lake. So those two teams, Troy and St. Xavier of Kentucky, not to be confused with St. Xavier of Cincinnati that the Beavers played in the preseason. But those teams are ready to move on, and the Beavers are going to try to march into that winner's bracket tonight. Coach Gutterman told me before the game several players have been ill during the week. and a couple of guys banged up, one guy out of town. So the Beavers might be a little bit undermanned tonight as opposed to how they were against Indian Hill last weekend. Starting goaltender Ian Champagne is going to be off tonight. He is dressed, he is in uniform, but Chad DeYoung is going to start instead. For Chad, this will be his first action. So the Beavers again come in at 1-0 on the season with their win over Indian Hill last weekend. Lexington comes in at 3 wins and 3 losses. The Beavers are in their white home sweaters with black trunks and orange trim. And Lexington Thoroughbreds are in what looks like black uniforms with green and gray trim. Now here's an introduction of the starting lineups. Will McHale, the first skater introduced, the starting lineup. Here's Andy Johnson, comes out number 21. Anderson Johnson, we'll call him Andy. Here's Elijah Young, number 40, comes out to the blue line. Here's Josh Rivera, number 48. Lucas McHale. Alex Rischel is the starting goaltender tonight for Lexington. Now for the Beavercreek Beavers starting lineup. Riley Hansen, team captain, on defense. Here's Alex Elsner. The A-train comes out to the blue line. Forward is Joe Martin, the senior. Carson Cox. Battling a back injury, but he's out there playing tonight. Team co-captain. There's Joey Donahue, alternate captain. And Chad DeYoung, number 30. He is the starting goaltender tonight, thanks to Josh Cox for his great job of doing our public address for us. You probably hear him. Now, everyone, from the Kettering Ice Arena, here is the playing of our national anthem. The Lexington Thoroughbreds, they are coached by Cody Richmond, Luke Smith, Josh Talbot, Travis Coulter, and Cody Austin. The Beavercreek Beavers are coached by Greg Gutterman with the assistant coaches Brad Lloyd, Cam Quick, and Eric Baskin. Again, the Beavers in the white sweaters and the Lexington Thoroughbreds in the all-black uniforms with the green trim. Your officials for tonight's game, the long arm of the law. Bill Peck, retired Ohio State patrolman, makes every trip to the penalty box. He sends you off very special when you're sent off by a retired state patrolman. And the other official tonight is Eric Schreiner. Will McHale taking the draw at center ice for the Lexington Thoroughbreds. He is number 00 out there, and he'll be having at it with Alex Elsner. Elsner wins the faceoff to Hansen. We're underway. Beavers moving right to left in this first period. Here's Joey Donahue. Donahue trying to wrap it around. Puck played by the Thoroughbreds to center ice. After it is Hansen. Riley Hansen pass off the stick of Elsner. And that's played by Rivera. He'll send it back to the Beaver line. Banging it in off the boards was Carson Cox. Cox rims it in behind the Lexington net. Played there by the Thoroughbreds. We play 15 minutes per period for high school hockey. Here comes Alex Elsner moving in, works around a check. Elsner looking, he's checked behind the boards, or behind the net into the end boards. Loose puck. Elsner lost it. Hansen shakes off a check, shoots, blocker save made by Alex Rischel. Rischel, S-I-S-H-E-L. Now, quick shot by Hansen, and it's tipped wide. Elsner tries to slip it in front. Huff a whack at it. And Rischel is down. And he's able to cover up the puck. We're a minute 40 seconds into the first period, no score. Chase Newroth on the ice with Owen Huff and Mason Washburn. Cox and Constantinitis are on the points. Or check that, that's Lehman, not Constantinitis. Back is Carson Cox. His pass ahead was deflected off a stick of one of the Thoroughbreds. Loose puck at center ice. Here comes Young, a long shot. It's off of Carson Cox and wide. And it's chipped to center by Lehman. Here come the Beavers. Newroth behind the net, pass to Washburn. Trying to get a shot away, but couldn't control the puck. Nifty pass by Newroth. Back comes Smith, Ethan Smith of Lexington. He's checked by Lehman. Lehman steals the puck. J.J. Lehman pass at center for Donahue. It's off his stick to Elsner, but that play is offside at the Lexington blue line. Joe Martin back on the ice with Elsner and Donahue, and Hansen and Lehman on the defense. Face off right at the Thoroughbred blue line. Back to get it is Cam Richardson. Richardson can't clear it. Now it's chipped to center, played by Lehman. Lehman dumps it in, delayed offside. Beavers have to empty the zone. Here's Hansen. Pass for Donahue. Shot. Save. Rebound. Still free, and it's held in by Lehman. Gets it over to Martin. His shot is wide. Here's Donahue. The Diesel trying to center it. It's off a stick to center ice. Playing it there is Lucas McHale. Here's McHale into the Beaver zone. Shot, and the save made by DeJong. DeJong spelled D-E-J-O-N-G. Centering pass intercepted by Hanson of Beavercreek for Lehman. Lehman head manning for Donahue, but it's past him off the near boards. Still at neutral ice. Owen Huff slides it in the thoroughbred zone. 4 minutes into the opening period, no score. Round one of the 26th annual Frozen Creek Tournament at Kettering Ice Arena, hosted by these Beavercreek Beavers. I'd like to welcome everyone's watching. If you're from the Lexington side, appreciate you watching as well. We have our chat line open. I need to get to it. If you want to send us a message, what team, what player you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Here comes Owen Huff into the Lexington zone. He's checked there into the corner. And Hanson unable to hold it in. Now Carson Cox, his clearing attempt was off a skate right back to him. Cox to right wing, shot. And that's swallowed up by Alex Rischel. Clock stopped, 10:15 to go in the opening period. Face off in the Lexington zone. Back, it's won by the Thoroughbreds. Here they come. There's a fan on a shot. There's another shot. It's off the side of the net. I believe DeJong may have gotten a stick on that one. Thoroughbreds at center ice in a scoreless game in this first period. Here is Hessler, shot. Weak shot, he just barely got his stick on it. And there is a puck hit with a high stick, and that causes a stoppage in play. Nine and a half to go in the period. Face off in the Beaver zone. There's a shot by Miles Cone that's blocked. Carson Cox of Beavercreek looks around what could have been a slash by Johnson. Nothing called. Here is Johnson. Touch pass at center for McHale. Long shot high up over the crossbar and over the glass into the netting. That will result in a face-off. Fresh legs on the ice for both teams. And it's Martin and Elsner and Hanson for the Beavers. From the draw, Beavers have it in their own zone. There's a puck at center for Elsner. Works around a check. And over for Martin, but Martin in ahead of the play. And that's offside on left wing at the Thoroughbred blue line. So again, earlier today, Troy winning and St. Xavier of Kentucky winning in the first two games of this tournament. Goes on all weekend. Beavers have two games tomorrow. 2:30 is the first game. Here's Riley Hanson. Gets around a Thoroughbred player, shot, and that's deflected wide. Here is Joey Donahue. He'll sweep it in the thoroughbred zone. Played ahead at center by the thoroughbreds. Here they come. And that's dumped in, and that's an icing violation against Lexington. So clock stopped, 8:16 to go in the period. And a very pedestrian first period. It's no penalties, not too many shots on goal. Lehman has it taken away. Here comes O'Boyle, a shot, and I believe that DeYoung got his shoulder on that one. Here come the Beavers. Dumping it in is Newroth, Chase Newroth. Behind the net centers, but it's intercepted by the thoroughbreds. Pass at center for Masterson, taken away by Hanson. Riley Hanson. Drop pass for Washburn. Mason Washburn slips it in the Lexington zone. Thoroughbreds come back with it, but are unable to make anything happen. Loose puck, J.J. Lehman. He's got Elsner at center ice. He's checked into the boards, and back come the thoroughbreds. There's a shot blocked by Hanson. Lexington player had a guy cutting in on right wing, but he elected to take the shot, but it was blocked by Hanson. Now here's Elsner if he can control it. He's bumped off the puck, however, by Young, or Alex could have had a breakaway. Now trying to take the puck away for the Beavers is Donahue, but the thoroughbreds regain possession. Here come the thoroughbreds. Right wing pass tipped away from Johnson by Carson Cox. And Elsner in ahead of the play on that one. Offside once again. So, again, just a little bit kind of sloppy play on both sides so far. The face off in the neutral zone. Thoroughbreds lose it at center. Long shot by Carson Cox, right on, and a stick save made by Alex Rischel. No icing. Icing waved off. It was played before it passed the goal line. Beavers come back. Taking the puck, however, away is Coulter. Up ahead to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's shot, save made by DeYoung. Talbot unable to hold it in. Puck gets cleared away. Here come the thoroughbreds. Here's Wilkinson. He's checked. Loose puck. Lehman and Wilkinson fight for it. Lehman comes away with it. Here comes J.J. Lehman on left wing to center. He bangs it off the boards, and the thoroughbreds will volley it right back down into the Beaver zone. Here's team co-captain Carson Cox. He works around Smith. Slides it in for Elsner in the corner in the Lexington zone. He has his pocket picked. Now Elsner steals it away and then unable to control it. Loose puck still being volleyed around, and here's Elsner, he scores! Alex Elsner steals the puck back and is able to flip it in. He flips it over the shoulder of Alex Rischel. And for Alex Elsner, that is his second goal of the season.
Beavercreek goal, number 15, Alex Elsner. Assisted by number 22, Joe Donahue.
So it's Elsner from Donahue. And the Beavers lead it 1-0. Now here's a potential breakout the other way. Barreling down the ice for a shot. And making the save on Joey Donahue was Alex Rischel, as the big rig was a locomotive heading down the ice. He had a good chance, but Rischel was able to cut off the angle. Let's see, we got a few messages. Aaron Washburn says, "Go Creek." Thanks, Aaron. Nice to hear from you. Tracy Goodman says, "Go Creek." So does Jacob Villarreal. Appreciate that. Danae Johnson says, DeYoung. Okay, thank you very much, Danae. Appreciate that. So I've gotten about 3 different pronunciations on that so far. So DeYoung. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So it's Chad DeYoung. We'll remember that. Back comes Lexington. The puck dumped in behind the Beaver net. 1-0 Beavers in the white sweaters. Round 1 of the 26th annual Frozen Creek tournament at Kettering Ice Arena. Here's Carson Cox. Cox, poke checked away. Thoroughbreds dump it back down the ice. There to get it is Hansen. Hansen has it taken away. There's a long shot. That was taken away from Vanderboss. Puck shot up high over the crossbar of the Beaver net. There's 3 minutes left in the period, and there's a centering pass still loose. And now DeYoung will cover that, as one of the Thoroughbreds got knocked on the seat of his pants. Face-off will be in the Beaver zone to the right of Chad DeYoung. From the face-off, here is Joey Donahue. Here comes the Diesel down the ice. Shot, save, and the rebound swept away before Joe Martin could get a stick on it. Puck is touched, so no icing. Back to get it are the Thoroughbreds. With 2.5 to go in the period, Beavers in the white sweaters lead at 1-0. Wilkinson has puck poke checked away from him by Elsner. Elsner fighting for it. It comes free. Held in by Donahue for Elsner, or for Donahue trying to work around a check, but it's bumped away over the glass, and we'll have another face-off. So Elsner from Donahue has been the goal scoring so far in this game. Right now we've got Newroth and Huff and Washburn and Hansen and Lehman on the ice for Beavercreek. From the face-off, Lehman tried to get a whack at it, but it's poke checked away. Here comes Lexington, pass over in front, and save made on a weak shot by DeYoung. Lehman wrestling with one of the other Thoroughbreds who's down on the ice. Here's another centering pass. Trying to come away with it was Washburn when we got a whistle. No, it was going to be a delayed offside, but now it's waved off. Here comes Mason Washburn. His shot is wide. Playing the puck, Wilkinson of Lexington for Ethan Smith. He has it swept away off of his stick. Loose puck, here is Newroth. Chase Newroth. Long shot, blocker save by Rischel. We're down to a minute left in the opening period. Beavers lead at 1-0. Here's Austin O'Boyle. O'Boyle rims it around to the near side. Now it's centered in front, right in front of the Lexington net, and it tips away to the corner where there it's played by Zach Blair, and he flips it up over the glass. And with 38 seconds left in the period, we'll have another face-off, this time in the Lexington zone in the right wing circle. Richardson against Elsner. Elsner wins it, a shot by Donahue, and the stick save made by Rischel. Hansen trying to hold it in. Here's Hansen, a shot wide. Didn't get good wood on that. 25 seconds left in the period. Back come the Thoroughbreds the other way. Here's McHale rather. He's checked into the boards by Hansen. 10 seconds left in the period. Got tied up along the far boards in the Beaver zone, and it gets cleared to the blue line, and the buzzer sounds the end of the first period. So after one, a goal by Alex Elsner, assisted by Joey Donahue. And the Beavers lead it 1-0. Got another message from Danae Johnson. You're a great announcer. Thank you, Danae. Appreciate that very much. So glad to be able to watch and listen from across the states. Well, thank you, Danae. We appreciate that. Again, thanks to Jake Villarreal. Says, Go Creek. PNW Love. What does that mean? What's PNW Love mean?
Pacific Northwest.
Oh, Pacific Northwest. How about that? Thank you very much, Jacob. We appreciate that. And we heard from Aaron Washburn and Tracy Goodman. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate all the nice comments. Shots on goal unofficially in the first period, favoring Beavercreek 10-4.
Our goalie is Josh Henry now.
Who?
Our goalie is Josh Henry now.
Oh, I thought that's who they introduced. Okay, I'm sorry. So who is it?
Josh Henry.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a correction that Josh Henry is in goal for Lexington now. Thank you very much. Got a tip from photographer for Lexington. I'm hung up on the chair, folks. And there's an offside by the Thoroughbreds. I'm stuck in my shoelace. Only me. Boy, oh boy. I'm being stuck by my shoelaces to my chair. Producer Sheree had to get me unhooked. Loose puck in the Beaver zone. Here come the Thoroughbreds the other way. Now the Beavers, rather. It's Carson Cox. Cox has it taken away. It's rimmed around to the near side. And shot down the ice. Playing it Riley Hansen for Beavercreek. Hansen trying to shake off what looks like Talbot. Now it's played by Wilkinson back to center by the Thoroughbreds. For Smith. And now at center ice there is Coulter. There are 2 Coulters on this team. There's Cody Coulter, number 16, and then Owen Coulter, number 28. Here's O'Boyle. He's flattened by Cox. And the puck cleared in behind the Lexington net. Wrapped around to the far side. Here come the Thoroughbreds trailing 1-0. Nice check at center ice by Hansen. Hansen then bumped off the puck. Puck loose now into the Lexington zone. Shot on goal all the way the length of the ice. DeYoung had to be careful. Get his stick all the way down. And he makes the save on that long shot. Now Drawn lost his footing trying to clear the puck. And it's shot to center ice. Behind the net now as the puck emptied right back into the Beavercreek zone is DeYoung, Chad DeYoung. Puck flipped back in. DeYoung sets it back up again. Beavers empty it out, and that is going to be icing waved off. Now here's Cone shooting to center. Well, it's been it's just kind of sloppy play on both sides, it seems like so far. Now there's an icing violation against Beavercreek. Turned into a good crowd. We're not at 100% capacity like we were last Saturday night against Indian Hill, but I would say we're probably around 80%. There's a shot, and they score! The Thoroughbreds from the faceoff in the left wing circle. And they tie the game at 1 apiece. And we'll get the announcement on the goal, but it looks like it's Will McHale, number 00. Well, let's see here. There's another McHale. There's 2 McHales, 50 and 00. We'll get an announcement on that goal, but now it's all tied up at 1 apiece. Elsner for Beavercreek.
Lexington goal, 00, Will McHale, unassisted.
That's an unassisted goal for McHale. And that is being Will McHale, number 00. Now back he comes again. Fakes a shot, but in ahead of the play was his brother, Lucas, number 50. Hey, Lucas McHale, it's hard for me not to say Lucas McCain if you watch old-time TV like I do. By me, I'm an old-timer. There's the show called The Rifleman that's played on every day, and that's Lucas McCain. So I get used to saying that name. Got a message from Maya, says, good job, Owen. That's Owen Huff. Oh, and we had a minor penalty on Joe Martin for cross-checking. So Beavercreek penalty. Lexington on the first power play of the game for either team. Back is Zach Blair. Blair starts out on left wing. Blair pass at center, right on the stick of Coulter. Drops it off. Shot partially fanned on. Puck loose into the corner. Now it escapes to center ice. Back to get it is Josh Rivera of Lexington. He'll dump it in. A minute left in the Lexington power play. Puck shot to center. Where are all the Thoroughbreds? There they are. They're all congregated down here. Here's a long shot. Save made by, and it turns out it's Josh Henry in goal. when they announced the teams before the game, I thought they said Josh Rischel, but it's Josh Henry in goal. Here comes Riley Hansen for the Beavers, short-handed, trying to get through, but checked off the puck by, now who is that? Young, I guess. Who is that? Oh, that's 89, okay. All right. 10 seconds left in the Thoroughbred power play. Johnson trying to chip it in the Beaver zone. And the penalty killed off to Martin. Martin back on. Here come the Thoroughbreds over the Beaver line. Centering pass. It's poke checked away. Here comes Carson Cox. And that's offside, as Cox lost the handle and then his skates preceded the puck into the zone, and that's offside. Julie Shivelbein says, Kent, you may need to zoom out just a little bit on the camera. Did you hear that? Okay. Okay. Producer Cherie and cameraman Sir Lancelot are on the case. Thanks, Julie, for letting us know. Puck shot along the boards. Off the stick at center ice. Now shoveled in by Cone of Lexington. Back is J.J. Lehman. Outlet pass. Volleyed right back behind the net by the Thoroughbreds. 1-1 the score. 8 minutes to play in the second period. Here is Alex Elsner working around in front for a tip and penalty. We've got a whistle as Henry went into the net. It's going to be the A-Train, Alex Elsner. Eric Schreiner, referee. As one of the Beavers protested, Eric says no. So we've changed his name from the Roadrunner to the A-Train because Alex Elsner has been throwing himself around, and he does it again. And he barrels into the net. What was the call on that? Lance, what was the penalty? Do you know? Do you know what the penalty was?
Yeah, it was running into the...
Oh, okay. So it was goaltender interference, goalie interference on Elsner. Second power play. Charging. Okay, so it's charging was the minor penalty on Alex Elsner. Puck held in at the point, shot blocked in front, rebounded from the block, was tipped just wide. As Zach Blair trying to score for Lexington. Now here is O'Boyle. Pass at center, in between the skates of one of the players. Now we've got a penalty on Lexington as Owen Huff, and now another. Oh, that's going to be, Huff didn't do anything. That's going to be young Mr. Rivera. He's going to the box. Huff and Rivera collided. Huff says he didn't do anything, and apparently Rivera took some umbrage thinking that Huff hit him, but Huff says he didn't do anything. And then he cuffs Owen right in the puss with a right hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's Owen. Yeah, he's all right. I don't think he did anything. That should almost be a major penalty. Let's see what they say, unless it's just a roughing. Yes, it is major. Okay, that's what I thought. So that is Josh Rivera, number 48, on a major penalty. So it'll be even up. For another minute 16, then for 2:44, the Beavers will be on a power play. Right now, 4-on-4, puck in the thoroughbred zone. So double minor, they call it, for roughing. Cox is shot wide. Donahue trying to flip it in front. It's deflected and cleared. Back for the Beavers, Carson Cox. Cox gets around Coulter. Cox over the thoroughbred line, a shot. Now he leaves it for Donahue. A shot is blocked on defense. Joey Martin chips it behind the net. Martin trying to chase it down. It's flipped ahead on the right wing by the thoroughbreds. They get it out of the zone. Now into the Beaver zone. There's a check by Cox. J.J. Lehman back to get it for Beavercreek. 14 seconds left in the penalty to Beavercreek, and then they'll have a power play. Puck flipped up high to center. Here come the Beavers. Joey Donahue. He stops at the right point. Rink wide pass for Cox. Centers. And it got through Donahue to the boards. And now to center. Lehman chases it down. Beavers on a power play for 2.5 minutes. We're all tied 1 apiece, second period. Lehman drops it off to Huff, and his shot he's missed, and it's cleared all the way down to the Beaver net, played by Chad DeYoung. And here comes Lehman into the Lexington zone for Huff. His shot is wide. Cone of Lexington trying to get it out. It's rimmed back behind the net. Now one of the Beaver sticks gets stuck in the wall. He got it out of there. That was Carson Cox. Never seen that before. Here's Alex Elsner trying to work in front. He gets tripped down. He tries to sweep it in, but it's wide. Cox chips it ahead. Now a shot by Huff, and it's wide. Lehman a whack at it, wide of the mark. Lehman holds it in. Beavers need to be patient and make a play. Here is Owen Huff. Huff for Newroth. Newroth back to Lehman. To Newroth in the corner. Newroth drops it off to Elsner in the slot. He's checked. Still trying to get a shot away. And he scores! Power play goal by the Beavers. Great individual effort by Alex Elsner, his second of the night, his third of the season. And the Beavers now lead it 2-1. Got a message from Go Andrew. Love me some Creek hockey on Friday night. Thanks, Andrew.
Beavercreek goal number 15, Alex Elsner, assisted by number 14, Owen Huff. Elsner from Huff.
So Owen Huff gets the assist on that goal. Now another shot in front. One of the Beavers knocked down, and is that going to be a penalty? Knocked down right into the goal. And that's going to be, is that young Mr. Rivera again? Check behind the head. The coach. What? Yeah. Yeah. So I believe that's on Josh Rivera. That would be his second penalty of the period, and really the first one was almost 2. And coach is going to have a word with Mr. Rivera at the intermission saying, hey, settle down, man. Loose puck held in at the left point by Cox. Shoveled ahead to Donahue, top of the slot, spin, shoots, save, rebound, kicks to the corner. Beavers still have it. Shot wide of the Thoroughbred goal. Puck fought for along the boards. Now Donahue pulls the trigger, save, gets it back, another shot, save again! And the rebound kicks off to the corner, played by Hansen. Hansen behind the net. Hansen circles in the corner. Riley Hansen, number 9. For Donahue, now back to Hansen. Hansen to Donahue, feeds in front for Hansen. And a whack at it wide. Elsner trying to center again. The puck is tied up, but there is the Lexington goalkeeper, Henry. He's able to grab a hold of the puck as it was bouncing around in front. Beavers lead it 2-1. They have a power play for another 46 seconds. Got a message from Tracy Goodman, says, way to go, Alex. Way to go, Beavers. And from the face-off, the Thoroughbreds are able to clear it. Carson Cox drops it off in the corner for Elsner. He's tripped up and goes down, and the officials didn't see it. Now here's Owen Huff. Huff, he'll shoot it in behind the Thoroughbred net. Trying to hold it in was Elsner. Elsner, a shot, stick save, turned aside by Henry. Donahue trying to flip it in front. He's got Newroth in front. Chases it down in the corner, does Donahue. Donahue still has it, and then has it taken off his stick, and it's cleared. That's going to be an icing violation against Lexington. Alex Elsner has scored twice for the Beavers, and it's been Will McHale unassisted for Lexington. Alex Elsner's second goal is a power play goal. Already down to just 2:10 left in the second period. This second period going by a lot faster than this first one did. Kent Jacobs with you from Kettering Ice Arena, along with producer Cherie Champagne, cameraman Sir Lancelot. Puck flipped off the boards to center. Cone plays it for the Thoroughbreds. Rink-wide pass for teammate Elijah Young. He'll dump it in the Beaver zone. Playing the puck now is Lehman. He shakes off a Thoroughbred, but loses the puck. The puck is centered, but it's behind the Thoroughbred player that was intended for the pass. 1:20 to go in the period. Now picking up the puck is Drawn for Beavercreek. Austin Drawn. Oh, he hammers one of the Thoroughbreds down to the ice. And is that going to be a penalty? Well, he got his money. Hopefully the young man is not injured, as Austin's Drawn is going to go to the penalty box as he threw a shoulder at one of the Thoroughbred players as he was trying to shake off a check, and he may have hit his head into the wall. That may be what is happening. Grabbing his hip?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Cherie thinks maybe he's grabbing his hip, so maybe he twisted his legs or hip wrong, and I don't know. It's hard. You might as well not even speculate at this point. But we hope that the thoroughbred player on the ice is not injured badly. I can't see the number. He's sitting up. He's being attended to by the premier health team that we have always on hand. Now he's back on his feet. Yeah, he did. He's holding his hip, like Cherie said, and that is Miles Cone, number 14. He's injured his back or hip or something. It's either his back or his hip. But he went off the ice unassisted, so hopefully he'll be fine and hopefully be able to get back into the game tonight, but more so than that, just is not injured, hopefully. There was no penalty on the play, as Drawn was shaking Cone off of him and kind of, he must have gone down awkward onto the ice. Cone, that is. There's a shot by Elsner. Pad save. Rebound. Donahue. Cox. Shot. And Henry has it. Face off to the right of Josh Henry in between the pipes for Lexington. Here come the Thoroughbreds trailing 2-1. Here's Smith trying to center it off the net, or might have been off of the goalkeeper, DeYoung. Here's Riley Hansen. Hansen ridden into the boards, and the puck cleared away by Rivera. Picked up by Elsner. There's 20 seconds left in the period. Loose puck, Donahue. Lost it behind him, gets it back. Donahue, nice stick work in front. Puck loose as Joey tried to cross over from backhand to forehand. He lost the handle. Played at center ice by Lucas McHale. He shoots right on, and a save made by DeYoung as the buzzer sounds the end of the second period. Well, when the Beavers played this Lexington team in the past, a couple of times that I recall, they were close affairs, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what we've got tonight. As after two periods, it is Beavercreek 2, Lexington 1. Both teams scoring once in this period. And let's do a quick rundown of the scoring. We may have a guest at the end of this period, I'm told. It might be one of the coaches. It might be, we've got a couple of former players in the house too that I'm told we might be visiting with. But we will play that by ear. So Beavercreek scoring first period, Alex Elsner, his second of the season, assisted by Joey Donahue, and for Joey Donahue, that was his first assist. And then in the second period, it was Will McHale, unassisted by Lexington. We don't have any of their stats, so I don't know how many goals that is for Mr. McHale. And then later in the period, Alex Elsner again. The A-Train Power play goal for Alex, his third goal of the season for Beavercreek. And that was assisted by Owen Huff. And for Owen, that is his first assist of the season. And there you have it. Take this time to give you a little bit of details about the Frozen Creek tournament. Again, it's in its 26th year. Again, earlier today it was Troy over Mason 10-0. And then I'm told that St. Xavier of Kentucky defeated Lake, which is up near Toledo. Didn't have a score on that. Now, a full slate of games tomorrow as each team will play 2 games. Lake against Mason, Troy against Lexington, St. Xavier versus Beavercreek, and again, that's a different St. Xavier. The Beavers played in the preseason. That was St. Xavier of Cincinnati. This is St. Xavier of Kentucky. Those are the early games. Then the later games, Lexington against Lake, Mason against St. Xavier, and the Beavercreek Beavers will play Troy at 8:40. So the Beavers' first game tomorrow is at 2:40. We'll have that with you. And then we'll have the Beavercreek Troy game at 8:40. Now, all of our games are streamed. All the games of the tournament will be streamed. Hey, Shereen, where are the other games going to be streamed on? Academy or on Beavercreek? Okay. So Beavercreek Varsity Hockey will have all the games. And if it's commentary, it'll be me. If there's no commentary, at least there is a, as you can see on your screen, there will be a scoreboard banner at the top of the page, so you'll be able to see the score and the time that's left and what period it is. So even if there's no commentary, at least you'll be able to see the score and you'll be able to watch what's going on. Sunday, then it's wide open. Games start at 10 o'clock. There's games at 10, 12, and 2. The championship game at 2 o'clock. And that is coming up Sunday. So 6 games. Tomorrow, we're in the 26th annual Frozen Creek Tournament. I'd like to mention, give a shout out to some of our sponsors that are on our Frozen Creek tournament program. And we can espouse on some of these folks as time permits. Allow me to espouse. We've got Dayton's Original Pizza Factory, and that's our good pal, Bill Daniels. He takes care of us whenever we have team functions, team banquets. Bill Daniels, who's been a great friend of Beavercreek hockey. Oh, I wanted to give out a shout to, speaking of friends of Beavercreek hockey, to our pal Nigel Gunn. Nigel's doing some helping out with some photography, helping Chris Lehman out with photography for the team. So we appreciate Nigel doing that for us. Message from Winona Champagne. Hey, thanks for all your commentary during the games. Kent, you're most welcome, Winona. We love the extra commentary during breaks too. Well, thank you, Winona. Winona Champagne. And she, I'm sure, would like to say good job to the producer, Cherie Champagne, as well. And to Sir Lancelot for his photography. So thanks, Winona. We appreciate it. But Dayton's Original Pizza Factory. Little did Bill Daniels of Dayton's Original Pizza Factory know when he started working in college for a national pizza chain that the pizza business ran in the family. His grandmother, I'm going to butcher this name, Conchetta Trivoloni Ali, an immigrant from Rome, Italy, had operated a pizzeria north of the old Dayton Airport on Dixie Highway in 1957. Dayton's Original Pizza Factory moved to Dayton's South Park Historical District on Wayne Avenue in 1996. Been operating there ever since. The business added a dine-in restaurant 2 blocks away in 2006 called the South Park Tavern, and enjoyed introducing its neighbors and many Daytonians to the craft beer wave of the mid-late aughts decade. The South Park Tavern was sold in 2017, but Dayton's Original Pizza Factory continues to offer craft beer, cider, and wine available for delivery, along with their tasty pizza, grinder subs, and fresh salads. Back in 2020, the Original Pizza Factory won first place in the Dayton Business Journal Pizza Madness contest, and in 2018, they finished in the top 10, placing 8 out of 40 in the 2018 Mid-America Restaurant Expo Pizza Pizzazz in the Best Pizza in the Midwest contest, while competing against pizzerias from across the U.S. and Puerto Rico. In past years, Dayton's Original Pizza Factory has placed in the top 5 twice in this contest and has been awarded first place and the grand prize in the Sofo Foods Pizza Expo in Toledo. So that's Dayton's Original Pizza Factory, 1101 Wayne Avenue, Dayton. Give them a call at 937, and then very easy number, 2244477. So it's 2244477, and talk to our old pal Bill Daniels, a long-time supporter of Beavercreek Beavers hockey. Other business sponsors of the Frozen Creek Tournament: Rhonda Chambal of Iron Gate Realtors, also the Flying Locksmiths, SBA Tournaments, Victory Machine and Fabrications, Prime Electric, Earhart Construction Group, Ulmer Byrne Attorneys, TJ Awards Company, Cold Beer and Cheeseburgers Bar and Grill, also known as CBCB, Milano's Pizza Subs and Taps, Voss Toyota, and individual sponsors, individual donors, Joel Luker, Nancy Jeske, the Champagne Tribe, who we were just referring to, GSI Contractors, and Eric and Diane Sondergelt. So thanks to everybody for your support and your sponsorship of Beavercreek Battling Beavers hockey. Oh, we got another message from Winona Champagne. Winona says, Cherie means dear one. Did you hear that? Winona says, Cherie means dear one. And she certainly is just that. Thanks, Cherie, for all you do. Thank you. We'll echo that. Thanks to Cherie. She's become my pal here over the last few seasons of Beavercreek hockey, and we appreciate her volunteering her time, and Sir Lancelot volunteering his time to run the camera. Sir Lancelot Lance Champagne. He is Cherie's husband, and they, of course, are parents of Ian Champagne, the starting goalie for the Beavers, who is out tonight. I understand he maybe got a hand or wrist shaken up, but it didn't sound like, just speaking to Cherie before the game, it didn't sound like it's anything serious or anything that should keep him out of action for very long. So we are getting ready for the third period. Sorry if we had some audio or visual problems. Lance and Cherie are working on that. And our officials for the game, the long arm of the law, Bill Peck, former and retired state patrolman, and Eric Schreiner. First time we've seen Billy Peck this season, and we've seen Eric Schreiner a couple of times. Puck dropped, and the Beavers up 2-1, and they're going to try to add to this lead. Right now, the Thoroughbreds had it in the Beaver zone, but coming away with it is Donahue. Here comes the Diesel down the ice. He shoots, and a save made by Henry as he plucks that out of the air, a backhander by Donahue. Got another message from Monona. Sir Lancelot deserves a shout out too, both at the game and taking care of the finances for the team as well. So thank you to Sir Lancelot. Johnson will dump it in for the Thoroughbreds. Here's Joey Donahue. Shovels it ahead for Cox to Elsner. Elsner bumped down by two Thoroughbreds, but still has it. Still trying to work in front. Just like it. And then he gets checked from behind by, looks like Cone. That play just unfolded in slow motion at the side of the Lexington net. Now Hansen, he's checked but still able to wrap it around. Now the puck is shot down the ice into the Beaver zone. Cox able to beat one of the Thoroughbreds down to it. Pass at center ice off a stick. Picked up by McHale, but that plays offside. 13:34 left in the third. And I don't think we'll play overtime if this game's a tie. I think what they'll do is they just take the points. They take points like how many periods are won. That's how they do it. It's a point system. So if this third period ends in a tie, there will not be any overtime. There's another offside by the Thoroughbreds. And Lexington, coached by Cody Richmond, Luke Smith, Josh Talbot, Travis Calder, Casey Austin. The Beavers coached by Greg Gutterman. And assistant coaches Brad Lloyd and Cam Quick and Eric Baskin. Thoroughbreds have it in the Beaver zone. Chipped behind the net. It wraps around to the near side. Picking it up there is Hesselson. Trying to center as a wind-up, a blast, and it's high and wide off a stick of Elijah Young. He pulled the trigger on a big slapper, but was off the mark with it. Thoroughbreds dumping in. Back is Carson Cox. Cox rims around the dasher board down the ice. Icing waved off. Back to get it. Zach Blair. Blair pass at center and then shot right back in behind his own net. After Elsner of Beavercreek, but unable to pick it up. Puck squirts free. Loose puck picked up by Elsner and then lost it behind him, and then it's iced by the Thoroughbreds. And Chad DeYoung in net tonight for the Beavers, his first action of the season. The Beavers only in their second game. Interference minor on one of the Thoroughbreds. I didn't catch the number. Yeah. Lexington penalty. I didn't see the number. Did you see the number? No. They should announce it. Josh Cox, our PA announcer, always does a great job. He should be letting us know who that is shortly.
Lexington penalty number 9, 2-minute minor for interference.
Okay, so that is Alex Masterson for interference. Puck shot down the ice on goal and played by DeYoung. Up for Donahue. Donahue over the Thoroughbred line. Drops it off for Huff. And they tried to sweep it toward the net, but then it's cleared away. DeYoung sets it up for Cox around this side. Cox, far side Huff. Huff, pass at center ice for Elsner. Here comes Alex Elsner, working right in front of the net. Save, rebound, loose. Oh, it looks like Donahue had a good chance to try to ram in the rebound, but couldn't get a good stick on it. Here's Donahue. Behind the net, Elsner. Heads to the net. And Henry down, and he's got it. Got a message from Beavercreek Hockey Go-Go. 1, 2, 3, go Beavers. Well, go Owen Huff, he says, from your loving girlfriend. Well, thank you very much, Beavercreek Hockey Go-Go. Owen Huff playing a good game tonight. Owen has his first assist of the season in the second period. They're on a power play for another 50 seconds. Now racing after the puck is J.J. Lehman, trying to get around Coulter. Coulter takes the puck away. Coulter looking to make a play with it. And then he's stripped from behind by Hansen. Nice hustle play by Cody Coulter, but unable to do anything with it. There's Hansen coasting, and he scores! The Cobra strikes. Riley Hansen, a power play goal. Co-captain Riley Hansen coasts all the way down the right wing and flips one in behind Henry, the netminder for Lexington, and the Beavers a big power play goal, and they lead it now by a score of 3-1. And for the Cobra, that's his first goal of the year. He has a couple of assists.
Riley Hansen, assisted by number 6, J.J. Lehman. Hansen from Lehman.
J.J. Lehman gets an assist. And for J.J., that's his first point of the season. Much like Owen Huff, his first point on an assist. Here's Donahue. He clears the puck out of harm's way in front of the Beaver net. Down to 9:20 to go in this one. Huge goal for the Beavers to double their lead. Now to 3-1. It gets through the skates of Donahue. It's played by Talbot. Now for the Beavers, here is Donahue. Trying to work around one of the thoroughbreds. Has it poke checked away to center ice. There's a shot, pad save, rebound. Elsner flips it behind the net. Didn't have a good enough angle to try to get a good rebound shot. Now some nice defense by Mason Washburn on Talbot as he tried to cut in on left wing, but Washburn some nice defense. Now here is a drop pass for Newroth. He has it poke checked away. At center ice, here is McHale, McKale. At center, McHale over to his brother Lucas McHale. Beavers dump it in the Lexington zone, taking it away from the McHale brothers. We are approaching the midway point of this third period. Beavers leading at 3-1. They led 1-0 after one, icing Lexington. And they led 2-1 after two. And Riley Hansen with a nice rush down right wing all the way from his end all the way to the right in front of the Lexington net and able to cram it in. Face-off shot down the ice. Icing waved off as the officials ruled that one of the Lexington players could have played the puck. Now for the Thoroughbreds, Coulter has it stripped away. Here come the Beavers. There's a shot, high and wide. That was off the stick of Carson Cox. Now here is Kenny Hesselson. And as he tries to move right in the slot in front of the Beaver net, the play is whistled down offside. And I'm sure the Lexington coaching staff might be a little bit disappointed with some of the Thoroughbreds, a little bit of sloppiness some tonight. They've had a couple of penalties they really didn't need to take, and I'm sure that the coaching staff of the Thoroughbreds, who are very nice fellas, I got to speak to a couple of them before the game, but they'll probably have some advice for their troops after this one, unless they come back. Here's Hansen again trying to cram one in at the near post, but there is Josh Henry to make the stop. And apologize earlier, I thought it was Alex Rischel in net. I thought that's who they had called out to the blue line in introductions before the game, but I was mistaken. There's a nice poke check by one of the Thoroughbreds, but not quite able to get away with it was Masterson. He was trying to break out with it. Beavers regained possession. There's Lehman. Lehman poke checked nicely by Ethan Smith. But the Beavers get it back. Here's a shot by Elsner, and it is high up over the glass. Teams change. Owen Huff. We got a couple of messages about young Mr. Huff. We've got Beavercreek hockey. Go. Go Andrew. My sweet Owen is playing so well. Yes, he is. T. Bushy, #1 fan. Way to go, Owen. Great hands off on the ice. My cousin would know. That would be Thomas Bush. a.k.a. the Hitman. Loose puck at center ice. The Thoroughbreds prevent a breakout by the Beavers. Well, here's Hansen trying to get around Reinman. Here's Hansen. Poke checked in front, but he scores! Riley Hansen works around a poke check attempt. He crosses over to his backhand and just slips it in. Nifty work by Riley Hansen, the Cobra. The Cobra strikes again. Boy, what nifty play as one of the Thoroughbreds was going to try to poke the puck off his stick. He just crosses over to his backhand. Henry was still in the middle of his crease, and Hansen able to just slide it right in.
Beavercreek goal number 9, Riley Hansen, unassisted.
That's an unassisted goal as he took it away from the Thoroughbreds himself. Great job by Riley Hansen. Now a 4-1 Beavercreek lead. There's a shot right on, the save made by DeYoung. That was off the stick of Rivera. We got a couple messages. I don't know, there's a conversation going on here. I'm not gonna read I'm not gonna read some of these. I'll let some of those go. Sounds like a conversation perhaps between a couple of possibly young ladies competing for the affections of one Mr. Huff. Here is Coulter. He'll slide it in behind the Beaver net, down to 4:40 to go. Beavers are going to move ahead in this tournament. Barring a cataclysmic collapse in the last 4 minutes. Whistle and a face-off. Fresh legs on the ice for the Beavers. Huff, Newroth, Washburn up front. Newer players, and we have the veterans Cox and Hansen on the points. There's a shot, gloved by Josh Henry. Shots on goal, we haven't looked at that for a while. Favoring the Beavers now 33-8. That's all you need to know about this game right there. Here's Cox, pulls the trigger, save made with the big leg pads by Josh Henry. Puck flipped in the Beaver zone by O'Boyle, Austin O'Boyle. Beavers shovel it back to center. There's Huff trying to come away with it as it swept off of his stick. There's a big check by Cox on Smith. Beavers have these first couple of games, they have been showing a lot of physicality that I don't feel we saw last year. Now we've got on the ice, we've got Cameron Burns for the first time tonight, I believe, as well as Murad Constantinitis. Some of the newer players getting a shift as we are down to 3 minutes to play. Hansen trying to get around Blair. To Constantinitis, trying to move it out of the zone. Now picking it up is Cameron Burns. His pass intercepted by Johnson, Andy Johnson for Lexington. Drops it to the side of the net, now into the corner. Shot, and a save made there by DeYoung. Beavers trying to clear it, they do. Back to get it is Jake Reinman, R-E-I-N-M-A-N-N. Puck hit with a high stick, and then we'll have a face-off. Puck was hit off the by a high stick of one of the thoroughbreds, so they take the face-off back in the Lexington zone. Clock stopped, 2:17 to go. And Alex Elsner is going to take the face-off. No, he's not. It's going to be Donahue against Owen Coulter. Donahue wins the face-off. Here's Carson Cox, a shot, pad save. Rebound to the corner. There's another shot, and it's off the stick of Henry, a save. Thoroughbreds shoot to center ice. Into the Beaver zone, drop pass, but the Lexington player drops it in front. Down to 1:40 to go. Puck at the side of the Beaver net and right in front, and now it's picked up by Martin. He leaves it for Donahue. Here comes the Rig, trying to cut in, and his shot attempt was blocked. Here come the Thoroughbreds at center ice. There's Cody Coulter. He'll just dump it in. Chad DeYoung out of the net to set it up for J.J. Lehman. 1:10 to go. Pass at center, intercepted by Alex Masterson, but he's checked. Elsner has it for the Beavers. Elsner around 3, being checked by 3 Thoroughbreds. Here's Donahue, shot wide from the right point. Under a minute to go. Lehman's pass partially fanned on. Here's Ethan Smith for the Thoroughbreds. His shot from the left wing circle is wide of the mark. Masterson trying to tip it into the Beaver zone. A shot right back out to center. Half a minute to go in this one. Not a real pretty game, but the Beavers efficient. There's going to be an icing violation on the Beavers. Well, we got a message from Go Andrew Horns. Who's the special guest? Well, I was told before the game by the coaching staff that former Beavers Cole Gutterman and Thomas Bush and Ben Duford were in attendance this evening. And I believe the coach texted those guys saying, hey, go up and see Kent, but maybe they didn't get it. Here's Cody. Here is Riley Hansen coming all the way down the ice from the face-off as he tried to jam it in, but couldn't get a good shot. So we may not have any guests tonight. We'll see if anybody shows up after the game. Puck comes in on Chad DeYoung. He'll glove that. Shots 37-9 now, and unofficially in favor of Beavercreek. Okay. Well, if you're wondering like I was, why are they congratulating the goalie, Chad DeYoung, while there's still time on the clock? Well, the officials realized, and I didn't notice it, that the clock wasn't running during after the last timeout. So, thank you very much. Yep. So once they noticed the clock hadn't started running from the last stoppage of play, they just waved it down, said that's it. So that is going to be the final score tonight. Beavercreek 4 and Lexington Thoroughbreds 1. So again, they from the last stoppage of play, the clock hadn't been started. So once the officials noticed that, and there's only 11 seconds left anyhow, But since once they noticed that the clock hadn't started, they said, that's it. Now the two teams congratulate each other at center ice and the officials. Well, again, not pretty, but I tell you what, the Beavers were shorthanded tonight. They had a couple of guys that were sick. Ironically enough, Riley Hansen was one of them. And Riley goes out and plays a great game.
Good job, Ken.
Hey, thanks a lot. Sir Lancelot. Okay. So, got a few messages. Bonnie Vandenboss says, great job, Creek. Thanks, Bonnie. Michaela Stacy says, good job, Creek. Thank you, Michaela. And again, a couple of messages for Owen Huff, who has a couple of fans out there. Owen's got a couple of, I believe, young lady rooters out there who were following his action tonight. So that is, again, I'm sure Coach Gutterman is going to have some critique of the play tonight, but you know, when you outshoot your opponent unofficially 37-9, when you outshoot your opponent unofficially 37-9 and you win 4-1, can't be too many complaints. But Coach Gutt will, I'm sure, have a list of some things he'll have the fellows work on. So going over the scoring, first period it was Alex Elsner. Alex's second goal of the season, and assisted by Joey Donahue. And for Joey, that was, there he is, his first assist. And after one, it was 1-0 Beavers. Second period, the A-Train, Alex Elsner, his second goal of the game, a power play goal, and therefore his third of the season. Assisted by Owen Huff. And for Owen, that was his first assist of the season. Meanwhile, for Lexington, Will McHale scored, unassisted, and that, after two, was 2-1 Beavers. And then in the third period, it was all about number 9, the Cobra. Strikes twice. Riley Hansen, power play goal from J.J. Lehman to make it 3-1. And then Riley Hansen later in the period, unassisted, going coast to coast on right wing. Great play. That was actually on the previous goal. This last goal, the fourth goal, and the second goal by Hansen in the period was way down here in this end, where he was he was trying to stick handle in front of the thoroughbred net, and one of the thoroughbreds tried to reach out and take the puck away from him, and he crossed over to his backhand. And the goalie, Henry, was still shifted over a little bit more toward the middle, and Hansen was able to just slide it in on a backhand for his second goal of the period. And for Hansen, Those are his first 2 goals of the season, and that one was unassisted. And that was it. Final score 4-1. Again, the Beavers out shooting the Thoroughbreds 37-9 unofficially. That brings up the 3 stars for tonight. Let's see. 3 stars. Let's give the number 3 star to one of the Thoroughbreds. Let's give it to their goalkeeper tonight, Josh Henry, since he faced a lot of shots. He gave up 4 goals, but he faced 37 shots, so he stops 33 out of 37 shots. We'll go ahead and give him the 3rd star of the game, because things could have been a lot worse for the Thoroughbreds had Henry not played well. 2nd star, we're going to give that one to Alex Elsner. It's kind of a toss-up between Alex and Riley. We're going to go ahead and give the number 1 star to Riley Hansen, but really almost co-number 1 stars of the game. Alex and Riley both had 2 goals. And the hard hat, let's see, who can we give the hard hat to? Who would be a good candidate for the hard hat? Let's give it to Carson Cox. Carson, of course, he's going to get it a lot of times during the season, being the number 1 defenseman on the team, and a guy that really tends to quarterback the team coming out of their own zone, and he has to throw a lot of hard hits, and so the hard hat will give it to Carson Cox tonight. So 3 stars again: Josh Henry of Lexington, number 3; Alex Elsner, number 2; Riley Hansen, number 1 star, and the hard hat goes to Carson Cox. So, it doesn't look like anybody's going to join us. We got another couple of messages. Yeah, T. Bushy fan says Owen gets a point. He does. He got his first point of the year. Hope Zareng says, "Go Creek," and that's Cajun spelling. So thank you very much, Hope. Nice to hear from you tonight. And Nancy Jeske says, "Looking forward to more Beaver action tomorrow." Good work, Beavers. Thanks, Nancy. We appreciate it. And so it's tomorrow, 2:40 against St. Xavier of, is that Louisville? I think it's it's Kentucky. I think it's St. Xavier of Louisville, I think. And then at 8:40, the Beavers play Troy. And just, hey, looking how Troy handled Mason today, I mean, it might be a game tomorrow night. It might be a good one. I think I was speaking with our pal Jeff Duford, our executive producer, and I think Coach Gutterman before the season, about how Troy should be an improved program this year, and they certainly showed it this afternoon, whitewashing the Mason Comets by a score of 10-0. We root for all the teams in the Swashel to thrive and get better, and we hope that the Mason Comets are going to be able to continue to grow their program and get better as time goes on. So, but they took one on the chin today at the hands of the Trojans of Troy, 10-0. So we'll see how things go tomorrow. So, Cherie, you're going to stream all these games? Okay. Starting at 11 o'clock. And then I will be here for 2:40. And then what do we have? Let's see. Let me find the schedule. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Lexington and Lake at 5. We might do that one, Cherie. Or maybe I'll do these. Might do that one. I don't think I want to do 3 games in a row. Because I might, by the end of the night, be talking like this. Cherie, grab it. Take it. I can't talk. Take over. So I think we'll do the Lexington Lake game. Since I've got Lexington's roster already, that helps. And then Mason against Xavier. We'll just have video. So it'll be Lake against Mason, Troy, Lexington in the morning, and Cherie will be streaming those. And then St. Xavier of Louisville against Beavercreek at 2:40, and we'll be here, and I'll be blabbing for that one. And then Lexington Lake, we might blab that one too. And then take a break for Mason and Xavier, although Cherie will be streaming all these. And then the Beavers and the Trojans tomorrow night at 8:40, and then Sunday. Probably do a couple of games Sunday. Maybe do the last 2 games. I might do the last 2. So okay. Well, I guess nobody wants to talk to us.
Try again tomorrow.
So somebody said, who's the special guest? Well, the special guests are on their way to the pizza place. Any final messages other than any of Owen Huff, MVP? Some of them are messing around. Okay. All right. To everybody who's sending messages, and even the ones messing around, we appreciate hearing from you. So speaking again for Sir Lancelot, cameraman, and for producer, engineer Cherie Champagne, this is Kent Jacobs. Again, final score tonight in the round 1 game of the 26th annual Frozen Creek tournament. It was the Beavercreek Beavers 4 and the Lexington Thoroughbreds 1 until tomorrow afternoon. And we say good evening, everyone, from Kettering Ice Arena. Good night, everybody.